got this shit knock and roll.
Hey everybody, it's the Chase Carter Concept Podcast for October 23rd. Sunday? I think it's Sunday. Pretty sure it's Sunday. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Hope your weekend is going well or went well. I'm going to be starting this back up again. Weekly episodes. Might be doing things a little bit differently. I'm going to be talking about my life, video games, and basketball. That's really the only sport that I know enough about to have an opinion on. And so just what I've been doing, things like that, funny stories, things that I find to be entertaining, and stories I try to tell my wife, but she doesn't find them funny because her sense of humor is apparently farts and burps, and that's about the level. You know what I mean? Like, it's really middle school, elementary, like just as you get out of elementary school into middle school, that sense of humor, not mature middle school sense of humor, like the low bar, low level, low grade sense of humor. So anyway, anything that's clever, she thinks is someone trying to show off. It's like, no. We're trying to find some, like, not the first thing you think of, maybe the second, third, fourth thing to say. That's all I'm trying to do. We as a person, I took her to see Anthony Jeselnik recently. She had a good time because she complains. She had a good time, liked it. And we got to see Jesse Jet Ski Johnson. We randomly saw her at a what's like a don't tell comedy show, which I don't understand why you wouldn't tell someone about it, but that was the theme of the show. And there was about 8 to 10 stand-ups would come on and do 15 minutes, and she was by far the funniest. She's like, she comes off as this like awkward character, and it's so perfect. It is so perfect. It's her personality dialed up, and or what I would imagine her personality dialed up is. But she was so funny. And then we didn't know she was going to open for Anthony, and it was just this like really cool surprise appearance by her. And a few people knew her in the audience, and she won't let it go to my head. It's going to be hard, but I won't let it go to my head. We had a good time, but that whole show, or going out that night and spending a night down in Irvine, I think it was. My wife has been complaining that we don't go out and do things. And we go out at least once a week. Restaurants, bars, different places that she wants to visit. Okay. And she's also doing other things. She plays soccer. Okay. She goes and hangs out with her friends, and then complains that we don't, go out, not spend time together, but go out. So then I'm like, okay, because I can stay home all day. If I don't have anything to do, why would I? Yeah. How about this? How about we spend 20 minutes in traffic for an hour activity? That sounds fantastic, doesn't it? For something that I enjoy doing, but not that much. You know what I mean? But I'm one extreme, and she's not to the other extreme. She's not good. Let's go out every night. But sometimes I'm like, okay, I'll make a compromise. What I love stand-up comedy. So I'll introduce you when comics who I find funny are around. We're gonna go see them. And I wanted her. I got tickets to see Nate Bargatze down here in San Diego, but she was doing something. I can't remember what she was doing, but she was busy. And like, you never pay attention to me, what I'm saying. I can't keep everything. You talk a lot. I can't keep everything in my head. But I wanted her to see him. I think he's more her sense of humor, more silly, more goofy. Anthony Jeselnik has a lot of dark comedy that I don't think is her sense of humor. She laughed at the first about 15 minutes of it, and then her laughter waned, and then everybody else's like picked up and started laughing. And there was this table that was so loud, like 2 tables over to our left. It was probably a group of 10 people, and the guy, the table next to the immediate table over, loud tables here, immediate table, us. This guy with the just looks a man's man, beard, looked rugged. I think he wore denim. He was like, "Hey, is it me or is that table extremely loud?" And I'm like, "I don't know what the acoustic arrangement," and I didn't want to do that. I don't know what the I don't want to cause problems here, but we couldn't hear the comedian talk who had a microphone because they were being so loud. It was just, and they were talking during Jesse's set, and I guess they didn't. I don't know. They didn't just weren't listening. If Anthony Jeselnik isn't on stage, they're talking. So it's like, hey, it's not your guys' show. This is the comedy show. We all paid money to, but they kind of quieted down after that, or after a little push. Shut up, and then they quieted. I didn't say any of this. I'm not a very antagonizing person. Those are fun words to say, but yeah, so we had a good time. So anyway, we're going out more, okay, and then she had this little what I can't really remember, but she said something along the lines of, when we go out, it'd be nice if you paid for it, something along those lines. You don't take me out because we're two people, right? We both have our financial responsibilities, okay? And so when we go out, we split everything. She's like, "Hey, do you want to go out?" Me, I'm not really that in the mood. So I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go hang out." I love hanging out with my wife. She's a fun person to hang out with. She says something silly and goofy and kind of moronic every time we go out. It's fantastic. I'm going to tell you a funny turtle story in a second. So subconsciously or subliminally remind me. But she had I can never remember what I'm going to say about. Yeah, so she said something about paying, and I'm extremely frugal, extremely cheap. And so I was like, "I'm not going to spend money on you if you're not happy." Okay? And the only way to make you happy is if I take you out and buy you things. This isn't going to work. I don't know. I think she was just having a day, which is, we all have days. That's fine. But once she mentioned that, she was like, "I don't know. I'm just kind of not happy and I'm trying to figure out why. And maybe if you take me out." I was like, just lost it. I don't, nothing, like, I just want you to be you. That's what makes me happy for her. She can be herself. There are little things that irritate me, but that's normal. That's normal. I'm not asking her like, "Hey, if you don't stop slamming the front door, she'll leave." And just for some reason, she's the Hulk and she doesn't know her own strength, or she's like a giant pit bull puppy that just bumps into things. She'll slam the front door. She'll come home, "Hi," bang, and I'm just, "Hey, we're in a condo. People are around us. It's a little rude." And she goes, "I don't care, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about them." But then when I get mad and yell at video games, we have neighbors all of a sudden. Oh, that's amazing. We don't have neighbors when you do loud things, but when I do loud things, all of a sudden our neighbors start to pop up. And so I just think it's living with a woman. They're not making any sense. I think that's what I'm coming to grips with. I think this is, I've had multiple relationships, and I've never truly understood the Michael Jordan. Oh, foul. Okay, good. Sorry, I'm watching a NBA 2K game. I was like, doing multitasking here. Anyways, I was like, he did not travel. I got 2K NBA 2K23 running in the background because the VC grind is no joke this year. It's no joke at all. But I had just this, not epiphany, but this interesting conversation with her. I'm like, "Look, I'll go out more. No problem. I don't like to go out at all, but I will go out more now. If you want to go out, like once a month to a nice place." So we found this nice, or she found, we didn't find anything. It's all the places that she wants to go. And it's like $50 for a nice meal. And it is probably one of the best restaurants I've ever ate at in my entire life. And so I don't mind spending good money for food. when it's good. I don't like going out to a bar and spending $70 at a bar for, you know, crap bar food. Let's go to a night. If we're going to go to a nice restaurant, let's go to a nice restaurant. If it's not good, I'm not going there anymore. There's a barbecue place up the street that's like in San Diego's top barbecue places. And it was really good the first 2 times. And the third time I went there, just the normal, the food wasn't like, if I'm spending $30 to $40 at your establishment, when the food comes to my table, when it is presented and comes on and it's on the table, it better be hot. I don't even really care if it's that good. It doesn't even have to be delicious. It just has to be cooked. Like it was cooked. Like, hey, we got all this done. And I understand that you can't get all those things done at the same time or it's difficult. But hey, that's why I'm paying you $30 to $40 because it's difficult. If it wasn't difficult, if I go to Applebee's and I can't spend, first of all, the Applebee's, there's no more 2 for $20. Okay. I don't know why they got rid of that. Greed. The portions are becoming smaller. The prices are going up. I used to be able to 2 for $20 and then have that 3 or 4 meals. Now it's 2. And then if you want to do 2 for $25, you can get like an extra or a bigger portion. But now the 2 for $25 is, last time I was there, that was the norm. So I don't know. I used to spend too much time in Applebee's because I was a single loser hanging out. But that's besides the point. Anyway, so when I got to press A, got to call. There you go. Anyways, sorry, NBA 2K23 interrupted me. So what I'm doing, what even am I doing? I'm not too sure. Rambling on about things. It's good. It's good. Good job. Get your mind in order. So when I am sitting there listening to her talk about this, I want to come up with a compromise, like I said. So we do. We go out to the nicer places now. And it's some I can't even remember. I don't even pay enough attention to remember the name of the place. All I know is that it has like these French airplanes, World War I, World War II. I went into the bathroom and it's like old radio transmissions, or of this is ground control to this is a T-Bird F-17 coming in with ground control. And so it's those kind of things, and it's bomb raids, and it's like a documentary going on in the background. And then all of a sudden the documentary turns into and it's like an air raid alarm, and I'm trying to pee. I'm trying to relax. I'm like, okay, it's a big meal. Don't fart right now. I'm trying to hold in number 2 while going number 1, which we all know is very difficult. Okay, so I'm standing up and I'm trying not to let it go, and I just hear an air raid sound. And I'm okay, well, this isn't, I'm supposed to be relaxed in the bathroom, not on edge and want to duck for cover. This is not what. So if I was in the Air Force in a war, like PTSD would have been triggered immediately. But it was a fun establishment. Besides the, PTSD causing air raid in the bathroom. I don't have air raid PTSD, so it was fine. It was fine for me. I guess know your audience. But I wonder if those places that have those war kind of like theme stuff, if people who were actually in those wars, like it's always the people who weren't in it, I would say, are more, because they actually experienced it. It's like World War II video games. Like, would a World War II vet actually like I wonder what the type, I don't know. Because if you're in it, like, but a basketball, I know I'm comparing World War II video or World War veterans to basketball. Like basketball players play basketball video games and all that. Like people who actually play chess, video game chess, all that stuff. So I wonder what the crossover, the connection and all that stuff is. But we're doing good. She wants me to get a job, a real tangible job, which I've been looking around trying to find one. So besides I want to do like basketball coaching and then help out, be an assistant coach somewhere, I think would be fun. And then probably try be a stand-up comedian, go to open mics, do that part-time as well. Maybe work at Home Depot up the street for some cash and figure it out. Chase, you're 36 years old. You need to figure it out more. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. She's like, I just don't. She complained. One time she came home and I was working out and I had about 30 minutes. This is what I don't understand. This whole podcast is going to be me, a therapeutic device for me to figure out or just talk about my relationship. So she comes home and she's wound up. She always wants to do stuff. She is one of those toys the little knob in the back and you wind it up and you let it go and it goes for hours. So she comes home and I'm working out. I got 30 minutes left of my workout to do. Once my workout is, and she's talking to me while I'm working out. So I have to stop my music, or I think I was listening to music at the time. I listen to music and podcasts while I work out. Depends on the workout. If I'm not motivated, if I'm feeling crappy, then I listen to music. If I'm motivated, then I listen to podcasts and whatever, catch up. If there's no basketball related podcasts or anything like that, or video game podcasts I listen to, then I listen to those. So she comes home and she's like, I want to talk to you for a second. And that, is never a good sign. So she said, she said, could you work out before I come home? Because when I come home, I want to spend time with you. I'm like, oh, that's sweet. Okay, I'll start working out more. I'll work out earlier and shower more. I was getting a little bit lazy during the day. I was, watching movies, listening to podcasts, just relaxing, living life, enjoying my, my time or whatever. And so I'm like, yeah, that kind of takes away us time. And I don't want to, how would you say, alter that in any kind of way, alter the good times we have. So I'm like, fine, no problem. You come home, do whatever you want to do. And I'll be here, to entertain you, I guess, or, to be not entertainer. That's a bad idea. That's a bad way to look at it. But just to, how would you say, like be there for her, spend time with her, quality time. I can't even think of quality time. So that's good. But and then the other day we were talking about my not having a job. By the way, I pay half of everything. Saved up money. My money's making money. I saved up half. So she's not spending any more money that I'm not currently have a secure job. I'm making money at another place. My money's making money. That's not the point. I pay my half of food, electricity, everything right down the middle. Mortgage, right down the middle. She does not pay a cent more. In fact, because of all the money I saved prior to meeting her, she's saving money, but that's besides the point. We're both saving money. And so she said the other day when she comes home, she was just complaining about stuff, mostly me. And then she said, then she brought up that every time she comes home, I'm here. So on one hand, she complained, she wants me to, when she comes home, be ready for her activities. But at the same time, she also wants me to not be there. So these are two completely separate things that I can't not be home and be home at the same time. But I think this explains the like mentality of women. They want both things at once, and they want everything all at once. All at once. It's like when we got this place, this was clearly, this is a fine place. I like it. No big deal. She loved it. Couldn't shut up about it. It reminds me of home. And the trees reminds me of Massachusetts because there's lots of trees in Massachusetts. It's good. It has a little, I like communities. I like blah, 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 blah. I like community. There's a lot of people around here. It's a condo place. There's a whole bunch of people living around us. So I like communities and it's great. And then the other day she goes, you ever think about getting a place in Massachusetts, like away from people? I'm tired of being away from people. I'm tired of being next to people. It's like, what are you talking about? You're talking out of both sides of your mouth here. Well, you'd be a great politician. You'd be a great lawyer. Like, I can't do these are all little, I'm talking about like my marriage is going to shit. It's not. It's great, but it's just all these little things I'm noticing that don't make any sense. That I understand people are in bad, getting bad moods and snap at each other. No problem. Okay, I understand that. But when I say like, hey, this is what I want, it's what I want, and I'm not going to change my mind from day to day of what I want. She asked me like what my goals were in life, and my goals were to not have bills emotionally crush me, to own my own place, and then to where I don't have to stress out about it, and I don't want to have to work over 40 hours a week to live paycheck to paycheck. That's not, and my life is set up that way. I'm not going to do that. And she, what was it? Oh, and I, so what my goals were to be financially stable, and to have a woman in my life who I love and care about. And I told her, I've got those things. Those are my goals. I was like, don't be mad at me because my goal is you. And I got you. And I got you. She's like, well, my aspirations aren't just more and more and more and more and more and more. I think that's where we're having a little disconnect. Once she gets something, she's on to the next thing. So I don't understand that aspect of her. It's not like completely, she's not materialistic. She doesn't like expensive bags or clothes or whatever, but it's just always something more. And that's good to have, but it's also like bad to where you haven't even spent a year in your house and you're already thinking about your next place. It's like, can I enjoy this? This place is expensive. Can I enjoy here first, please? Can I relax? Can I relax a little? Can I get the mortgage paid and relax, calm down, and just, oh, this is a nice place. Get to know our neighbors a little bit. Of course, I don't think they like me because I yell at video games, so that's a completely different story. But I got mad. Oh boy, I was playing NBA 2K23, and it was just so. It was getting to the point where I was getting angry, as if I bet my house on that game, and I was just screaming, and it wasn't healthy. And Corey called me out. I appreciated it. I needed to calm down. Haven't yelled like that. I've like, oh man, or whatever I've said, but I haven't yelled extremely loud up until that point. But I think it was because I hadn't worked out that day, and I had a lot of pent up frustration and anger. It's weird how working out calms you down for the rest of the day. It's very, very interesting. Remember when I was in the military, working out before going to work made everything at work seem less stressful. I think it's a weird byproduct. I think that's the right word to use. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. All I've been doing. I'm trying to get this thing going again. My dad died back in December, and I kind of stopped. He got sick, so that still sucks. It still sucks beyond words. But I kind of stopped like being motivated or doing stuff kind of since then. It's given me a while to deal with it, process it, not have it affect like everything that I do. I don't know. I just lost the motivation for it. I don't even know why. Like he would tell me to just like suck it up and get what you have to do done. So I'm not even listening to what his advice would be in this situation. But yeah, so this is me getting off of my ass and actually doing something. So so hopefully I get it done. I get some things moving, just keep moving. And hopefully this will be part of the whole journey. But this will be it. It'll be a short little podcast for my first one. I appreciate anyone who listens. Thank you very much. And I'll see you guys next week. All right. Thank you very much. You got this shit knocking low.